Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of the Dead Internet series. I am still Dr. Dead Internet, and for today's episode, what we're going to be doing is actually going through the exterior world of this digital world. So far we've explored the schools and the pupils and a little bit on the teachers. But today we're going to be actually touching on the other side of this. So the deeper side of this. So obviously once you find Lord's High School and you see it's an AI school with AI students, AI pupils, and all that kind of stuff, you could stop there and just go, that's weird. You know what I mean? But me being me, I had to go deeper, and I found some more peculiar stuff and found out this goes much deeper than just the singular website here. We're going to be going through a few of the exterior websites that connect to this world, right? This digital world in Rochester, Minnesota. If you haven't been watching, I'll do a quick recap for yourselves. Obviously, we found some AI accounts on the Instagram. I can just quickly... Oh, goodness. It's all gone wrong. Right. This photo here, it's got a molded foot. Okay, so this is an AI account which led us to this school. This school which has an AI photo, which is, you can see his foot's fucked up here, and the video's got full of AI red flags. This recap's quite short. If you want more details, go back and watch the series. Every episode is quite informative and, you know, is important to the story or of what I'm trying to portray here. And this episode is very important to the story that I'm trying to tell you, because it shows a deeper world, right? It's not just a singular website and a few Instagram accounts. It's actually other schools, right? So this is a different school in the same area, I must mention. It's called John Marshall High School. And we can just go to this photo, which is very strange. Got a lot of AI red flags. And they've deleted the photo that oh no, it's here. So this one's pretty okay. But what I took from this photo is, if I pull it up really quickly, fantastic. Obviously to the left, so here. And this lady's fingers are all fucked up here, right? So this finger here is what I believe to be her thumb, right? That's what it looks like. You can see her wrist, and this goes to be her thumb. But this thumb is way too long. And when we see it's going to the top of the iPhone here, right? And it always just looks wrong at the bottom here. You can see some fingers molding together. This sort of figure, it just looks weird, right? I can zoom in a bit further. They're sort of molding into each other, right? But we might go into the other schools on a bit more detail in another episode. We'll definitely go through this photo here. But what I want to tell you is that, yeah, it's not just Lord's High School. There's other schools in the area, and it's not just this one as well. This is just one additional one. I've seen a couple more that have AI red flags, but I haven't delved into enough to confidently say that they're all AI. Right? This one I'm pretty confident in, and it would make sense. You know, it's it being in the same area with it having AI red flags. Right? But the main part of this video is not the other schools in the area. I might leave that to another video. But I don't think it's that important as well, whether there's one school or 10 schools. We need to work out the reason for the first school first, right? But yeah, I just wanted to show you that it isn't just one school. And the next thing I want to go on to is a website called KTTC. Now, KTTC is a local news site based in the Rochester area. and this is Gene Iden. This is almost a couple of years ago now. And I can show you where I got a certain Gene Iden from. Here it is. They got it from the Gene Iden Award, awarded to George Round. Or John Wiata. And something I want to point out, this isn't hard evidence or anything, but all their names are so weird. Codet, Tyler Codet, Mackin, Rathke, Rossana, Deutsch, Seil, Kroska. These aren't American names. Zeman, Ollie. You know, Lance is, I know an American called Lance. Glenn Amundsen, you know. Not a lot of American names. To me anyway, but you know, but it is what it is. But yeah, the Gene Iden Award, and this, like I mentioned in previous episodes, if you search up anyone's name, it will come up with a news article, which is quite strange for, you know, random school teachers, and this guy is a music teacher. But this guy has a cool story. After going into some research, he played at some universities and actually went to play on for the US Army or US Navy, one of the two. And I'm just going to play this video, and I want you to see if they miss anything, right? And also, watch the videos. Shut up, bitch. Watch the video, watch the audio, listen to the audio. You know, there's a few interesting moments. But keep in mind, this is a new site. You can finally.
Inducted into the Minnesota Music.
Here you go. Oh my god, this is the worst.
Today we're remembering a Rochester man who was inducted into the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame. That's the familiar sound of taps, played by Gene Iden on trumpet. Iden passed away Sunday at Mayo Clinic St. Mary's Hospital at the age of 93. According to his obituary, Iden started his career as a music teacher in Claremont before going on to teach music for 38 years at Lourdes High School. He also played in local music groups, including the Rochester Symphony Orchestra and Rochester City Band. Iden was inducted into the Minnesota Music Hall of Fame in 2014 and is also a recipient of a Rochester Mayoral Medal of Honor.
It's Haley.
Okay, so that's the news site there. Fuck off, Haley. And did you notice what they missed out there? Is that and the whole script, I'm going to call it, is actually written out here. This is exactly word for word what she said. And according to his obituary, Iden started his career as a music teacher in Claremont before going on to teach music for 38 years at Lourdes High School. Now, it doesn't mention, even though the video is very army-centric, right? It's very army-themed. It didn't mention once that he went to the army or the Navy. I'm pretty sure it was the army. This is a different video. What?
Ed Bambus, who has suddenly skyrocketed to internet fame.
Just seeing if I could have help scanning this.
A video of him working at his job at Meijer has now been seen by nearly 4 million people on TikTok, but Ed isn't one of them.
I doubt you've been on TikTok or Instagram or any of this.
This is just I'm sorry for wasting your time, it's just completely unrelated. But anyway, it doesn't mention that you went to the army, and it's weird that this is sort of like the script that they say. And you'll find this theme quite often. So we go to the next one, which is here, TMJ4. Now, this is in Milwaukee, right? And this is a cool and interesting little rabbit hole that I fell into. And for context, and this is a little teaser here, This is the Lord's Wikipedia page, and the alumni is Mark VFO and Alyssa Utsby, a basketball player for the North Carolina Tar Heels. And we will have a whole episode dedicated to this woman here, and it will be a fun one. I promise you that. But that led me to Alyssa Utsby and her family. So her brother, she has 3 brothers. I know all about this woman. Supposedly this woman has 3 brothers, and one of the brothers actually has a news article. Surprise, surprise. This is on Fox 6. Now, I'm pretty sure Fox is quite a reputable news source, but you know, I know news in America isn't the best. So let's just, you know, it's probably real though, right? It's one of the main ones in America. It's not AI. But it does have some interesting similarities. And maybe I should save this for the Alyssa Utsby video. But this is important. So this is her brother. He was employee of a school. And he stole more than $100,000 worth of school technology equipment. And this is in 2014, right? You got to think, $100,000 worth of tech in 2014. It's quite impressive. And they go on to say here, 260 of the Asus tablets from the school, estimated 73 grand. But what I want to take your opinion to, so he worked at this, what I want to take your attention to, sorry. He worked at this school called Random Lake, right? And when asked why he stole all the stuff, Utsby told deputies he used the money he made from the sales of the stolen items to help 3 others who couldn't find jobs and are much worse off than him. Now keep in mind he has 3 siblings, and one of these siblings is on the Lord's Wikipedia page as a basketball player. Interesting, right? And then, you know, Random Lake is in Milwaukee. It's in Sheboygan County, which I thought which just sounded like a fake place anyway, but it is a real place. But I'm going to play this news article. And yeah, you just tell me what you think about it. And just keep in mind, this isn't on the Fox, this is on TMJ4. So many ads. Ugh.
Because we're getting work experience while still being able to be in school.
You can still get credits in high school and make money while doing it.
It gives me that type of synergy that I want to continue on.
It gives me that type of synergy that I want to move on. Right, and just for context, they're talking about youth apprenticeships. And this guy, in the future, you'll learn that he works at a pizzeria. Right? But nevertheless, also, why does it say fire on a security camera? Right? But,
Those are upperclassmen at Random Lake High School, Audrey, Logan, and Vladimir. They're part of the Youth Apprenticeship and Work-Based Learning Program, which blends work with school. TMJ4's Sheboygan County reporter spoke with them and Random Lake teacher Mr. Last about the program's growth and its inspiration to other districts.
We're good. Audrey Williamson does.
so this reflection is really weird. I'm actually going to point some stuff out because the AI in this video, this is a kind of modern video. Let's see when this was posted. 2025, right? Very recently. Right? So this will be quite modern. But this reflection's weird. The fact that nothing else is reflecting like that.
Doesn't have a typical school schedule.
Classes in the afternoon, and then in the morning I work here.
Classes in the afternoon, and in the morning I work here. Let's play that again. Maybe she's just, you know, a teenager, doesn't know how to speak yet. This just sounds weird, right? No one speaks like this.
Schedule.
Classes in the afternoon, and then in the morning I work here.
She runs the Random Lake Cafe.
$4, Logan.
Under the Youth Apprenticeship, or YA program at the high school.
I want to go to college for business, so I think that learning how to work inside of a business rather than just managing it is giving me that actual experience.
Managing it. Like, this is just a little tangent, but I just fucking hate the American accent. Just managing it.
Actual experience.
YA allows students to do paid work.
And also here is weird, because you can hear her say, yeah, like in the middle of a video. Alright? Just listen out for her, this lady saying, yeah, like in the middle of a cut.
Managing it is giving me that actual experience.
YA allows students to do paid.
You know what I mean? Do you hear that? Yep. I don't really have an answer for what that is, but I'm pretty sure, you know, there wouldn't be in a news article, a news video.
Work for school credit several days a week.
You're on a tight ship over here.
I am in baseball, and I'm also in NHS here.
Since their busy academic and extracurricular schedules, like senior Logan Michaels, are extremely limiting.
I am currently
Computer screens.
at a Bullseye Meats out of Random Lake.
Hands-on experience at over 35 participating local businesses and companies.
So many career paths you can go into in the YA.
Like hospitality, business management, logistics, healthcare, and many others.
Now, I heard about this story from the last time.
Now, the car. Look at the car. Seeing anything? I don't know many cars that are this long. Right, she's in the front seat and there's two windows behind her. You know, she could be in like a truck of some kind, but I doubt it. But look at these, you know, third windows on the side. It's got something over it. It just makes no sense whatsoever. You know, this is obviously the back window. Can tell you what this window is, but
I was at the
never
Random
mind.
Lake schools for their new and improved.
Mackenzie, right? This could, again, a lot of this can just be like Americans are stupid. Mikkenzie, really? Mackenzie.
Fitness center. Why is this important now, even though this program has been around a few years?
In the 2022-23 school year, only 2 students were in YA. Now, 40% of the upperclassmen are involved.
I think it's been incredibly invaluable to them.
It's all about providing every student with opportunities to set them up for success.
They're building a network at the age of 17 and 18 that wouldn't have happened when I was a network.
Success.
They're
to student with healthcare and many others.
Now,
I just noticed that.
I heard about this story from school. New fitness center. It's important now, even
What's
though
the clock?
this program has been around a few years.
In the 22.
Oh my god, how far back did I go? What the fuck?
I think it's
Providing
There you go.
incredibly invaluable to them.
It's
What's
all
the
about
clock?
providing every student.
As the seconds are going, well, the minute hand is going like every like too quick. It's hard to explain. Just watch it.
To them.
It's all about providing every student with opportunities
Let's
to
go.
set them up for success.
They're building
I guess you could say it's just like moving periodically and it's going to pass the minute. But where's the start of the scene? Kind of starts like underneath the 9.
It's all about providing
And
every
it's like
student with
at the
opportunities
3.
to set them up for success.
They're building
Okay, that could just be a weird clock.
17 and 18 that wouldn't have happened when I was that.
Satisfaction that I did a great job and preparing gives
This guy's weird.
The local pizzeria fills that gap. Arts, a local pizzeria fills that gap.
A local pizzeria.
Andres gets to do that through his love of culinary arts. A local pizzeria fills that gap.
For me, whenever they taste it, it gives me that satisfaction that I did a great job and preparing their food, making it look and taste good at the same time.
Random Lake is inspiring other schools.
Now, doesn't that just sound like something AI would say about working at a pizzeria? I made it look good and it tastes good, and doing them both at the same time. Cheers, mate. That's kind of what food is.
Districts across the state to adopt their own version of the program.
All of our food,
Ah.
cold drinks.
Screen. Here is a list of the drinks that she sells.
All of our food.
Can't see much, but you know, first of all, can cover for 25 cents. Bit ridiculous. A Gatorade for what looks to be $1. Could be more. But the bottom one is what I'm going to point out here. Don't know if you can read that, but that says it says 10 prices. So if you want to buy a lemonade from Ram Cafe, it costs 10 prices. Okay. Now that could mean something, and you know, it could just be a computer glitch, but I just realized it's not, because if you look at this reflection, this light reflection, it goes underneath the screen, right? The screen ends here. Maybe you could argue that no, you couldn't argue. But this should be the bottom here. You should at least see some sort of cut off at the bottom, and you don't. And also, it's not going to be called 10 prices. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous.
Cold drinks.
These current participants are the biggest advocates for it.
Even if they don't know what they want to do, like doing a youth apprenticeship can really help you figure out maybe what you want to do in the future.
In Random Lake, Mackenzie Hamill.
It gives me that type of synergy that I want to continue on.
TMJ.
Again, that same line gives me that type of synergy that helps me move on. What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck does that mean?
Synergy that I want to continue on.
TMJ4 News.
I mean, it's just weird, right? And again, I will say, like, oh, it could just be Americans being weird. And you have a point. You know, you guys are quite weird. But I think it's a bit too weird, and I think there's a few too many AI red flags. But we move on to, what is it? I've done this, KTTC. We move on to Post Bulletin. So if you watched the last episode, you would have noticed, and I did mention, that the old photo of the skull lady that we touched on was written by Post Bulletin, right? And it looked like it was from the fucking 1800s. But Post Bulletin is modernized. Obviously, they're now a website form. And this is one of the articles that I pulled up. And you can pull up any article you want. You know, there's AI red flags and all of them. But this one was one, you know, I'm going to pick up the one that's easiest to point out the red flags, right? But I mean, just look at this photo. And yeah, I think that just tells the story. Keep this in mind, Carson Hines, 6'8", 305 pounds of him. My first thought was no high school is that tall, but you know, it could be real. But if we Google this name, Carson Hines, here is the Rochester Post Bulletin. 6'8", blah blah blah. If you hit up, there'll be an article from Yahoo Sports. 6'8", 305 pounds of him. Right? So that's weird. But we go back to Post Bulletin, because that's the main one. And we can... You know, I don't really want to poke too much at the actual article. Right? Even though he's had 2 knee surgeries, he's still playing football in high school. I don't think that's recommended. But what I'm going to show you and how I'm going to disprove this is I actually found his tape. As you can see, Plainview, Elgin, Millville High School. He's actually 6'7", and he's only 295 pounds. I don't know why people are adding an extra 10 pounds and an inch, but never mind. And this is the video that I watched, and I watched this. And just for clarification, I'm quite an American football fan, right? I watch it quite regularly, so I know what's going on. And I just thought this was very weird. So, well, they're in what looks to be I formation with a single wide receiver out here. Okay, but this first clip isn't too poor. You know, you can pick out the actual the play, right? And I can say this just this looks weird for an American football play, but I can point out other things that are a lot more easier. As you can see, they're at the left hash here. You don't see a right hash. So unless this is like a really weird camera, that's pretty weird. And there's a pylon here in the middle of the field, which makes no sense to me. But, you know, never mind. It's like in the middle of the end zone, or like, you know what I mean. It should be at the corners. And we should see a hash. Weird that there's two referees behind the ball and one at the back, but I guess they're running a NFL style reffing team in high school. And your eyes are going to wander like everywhere, right? It's so hard to keep track of like everything. This clip's pretty interesting. Watch the play cock here. Cock. You know. He snaps it, right? I just find this weird. This could be real, but as soon as he snaps it, the play clock's going to stop. Right? And they struggle to do that on like NFL. Okay? But he's managing, you know, they've got a team dedicated to stopping the play clock when the ball snapped, and picture perfect as well. You know, right on time. This is weird. I don't know if you've noticed it yet, but this looks like a coach of some kind, but he's just chilling in the end zone, right? And you got a pylon on the right hash. And again, a very wide hash. But you have pylons on the edge of the field, so you know what's out of bounds or not. That's the reason that you have these pylons. But you could say like, oh, they've just, you know, put it there for no reason whatsoever. And also you can't see the end zone. Right? Normally it's pretty well marked out. You know, it's the goal line. And if this black thing is the end zone, then the pylon here is in front of the end zone, which is illegal. Again, weirdly placed pylon. Elgin ambulance. Go! He might go all the way! No. And this guy's trash. But what does he like? He like molds there. Or am I tripping? I don't know. Like, these low quality videos are so hard to pick out. The line hashes have been weirdly placed here. Weird that you've got that many people there for a high school game, you know, considering every other game you've had no crowd. Right? But this time you've got, that looks to be close to 200 people. And yeah, so the main things about this is the pylons being in a weird position. The camera quality is okay. But this is weird. Right? Now, this could be real. You know, this is so low quality that it's hard to tell. You know, the fact that it's connected to Post Bulletin doesn't help its case. But if I was running a fake news channel, I would show some real ones as well. But I can't get over these pylons, man, being on the hashes, right? As someone that knows American football, I don't know what the fuck this is, right? And you're just asking for someone to run into you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they've got 7 man on defense, but the team's running I formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they've got one wide out, so they're just missing players here. So they've got 7 players on defense. If you know anything about American football, you know how weird this is. They've got 7 players in the box here, right? But this offensive team has 10. So it would mean there's one wide receiver probably out here. Oh, no, you see the shadow, so it would be out here. But then that means that the defense is missing 3 players. You know, unless a safety's going to come like from over here. Yeah, you got 2 players over here. That just makes no sense. Again, let's look at the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, let's assume there's a DB here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there'll be 1 DB on the other side. That makes sense. There he is. Okay, so that's that video. If you want to go watch that yourself, you can. It's on the Post Bulletin website, or just search up Carson Hines and you'll find this tape. Weird photo to use here. Alright. But, hey ho. Arms weird, you know. Numbers are strange. Some strange stuff here. Again, you're zooming into a photo. Might be a bit bad. But yeah, so that's pretty weird. Here's the Post Bulletin. Oh, and here's them mentioning about Lord's High School. And they're going through the graduation photos. Now this is weird to me because, you know, I don't see any local news channel, website, whatever, posting the graduation photos of a local Catholic private school. Right? And not even like just taking photos and saying, oh, this happened. You know, you've got names, fixes her hair in the morning during May 23rd. Look at this photo. Stella Poloski listens to Raffaella Pozzoli. You know, full names. Leah Wienicki. And again, weird names. And who is that? Is that Raul Bagia? Oh, well, that would be this guy. With the friend that has the 1 foot. Right? Strange. I'm not like other girls and just all look the exact same. From left, Anna Shadivi, Haley Bizenbach, Ella Shadivi, Adi Lange. Like, these are fucking fuck-ass names, bro. I guess these 2 are the sisters. Alright, because they look identical. This hat's weird here. It's like, I don't know. Matthew Baldine. I just find it weird that they use the full names. What is this lady doing here? Right? She's doing the fucking Andrew Tate pose. So yeah, I think I'm done with that. If you want to do any of your own research, I've given you the websites, Post Bulletin, KTTC, and TMJ4 is the other one, but that's a bit out there, and that'll be a future rabbit hole. And what you can do as well is search up like when these domains were bought, who bought them, and who the owner of these companies are. Right. Now, as I did touch on Alyssa Utsby, the next episode will be going through the notable alumni that they've listed on their Wikipedia page, including a former mayor and Alyssa Utsby. Okay. But for now, I've been Dr. Dead Internet. I hope you have enjoyed. If you've got any comments, please leave them. If you find anything out that you think might be worth me looking into, please comment that. If you've got any horrible things to say, don't comment that. It would make me very upset. And other than that, I do appreciate your time. Have a good rest of your day.